Hey guys, I'm here to talk a little about the movie The Lord of the Rings and to answer some questions. And the first question is, how can the concept of eucatastrophe be seen on the Tolkien's masterpiece? So, on Tolkien's book on fairy stories, he describes the eucatastrophe as the sudden happy turn into a story which pierces you with a joy that brings tears. And this concept is really seen in Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and a lot of moments, and of course there's a main catastrophe, but there are some during the three movies. And for me, it's the moment when Sam stops Frodo from using the One Ring. It happens a lot during the movies, but especially in this part when Frodo is almost giving it to the Nazgul and Sam shows up and takes him off. It's really important. And when Gandalf almost died and returns as the White was this catastrophe and turned out to be a eucatastrophe. But the main catastrophe from the three movies happens in the Cracks of Dune, and everybody thinks the victory of Sauron is pretty much a fact at this point, because Aragorn's armies are outnumbered and Frodo is trying to use the ring. He really wants to, and he does use the ring. This is this catastrophe. But then Gollum shows up, and Gollum comes in and starts to fight with Frodo and bites his finger off, and they all get dumped in the cracks, and Frodo saves himself, and then the Eagles come to get him, and the Eagles are in the battle with Aragorn too, which is also a catastrophe in Hobbit. And Frodo can feel this catastrophic feeling when he wakes up and Gandalf's there and all of his friends are there, and everything, when you think there's no resolution, he comes and everything is okay. Moving on, the second question is, the civilizational character of Christianity has built the whole Western culture, preserving the legacy of Greek and Roman empires. Point elements presented in The Lord of the Rings converge into Father Paulo Ricardo's lecture regarding the effect. The Greek and Roman elements can be seen especially in the war between the empires, which was a very common thing back then, and in the constructions also in the movie can be really related to that time. And about the Christianity, even Tolkien has said that Lord of the Rings is of course a fundamentally religious and Catholic work, but he also affirmed that it's not a religious allegory, but it has a lot of parts that can officially be interpreted like this. For example, the three representations of Christ is the three main characters that are Aragorn, Gandalf, and Frodo. Gandalf is the prophet, and his mission is to guide Frodo and make everyone believes in him. And the priest is Frodo, and he has a big burden to carry, which is the One Ring. And all of the movie, he has to do it for the sake of humanity. He has to save everybody doing it. And the least but not last, Aragorn is the king, of course, and he's a humble guy, which is kind of left off, and he doesn't want to be the king, but in the last movie he is crowned as king, and everybody gets happy about it. Another element is the resurrection of these three characters, and you can see Gandalf's really clear when he almost dies and then comes back as the Gandalf the White. Then you can see Aragorn, who is humble and kind of resurrected into a king, and Frodo, who has to carry this bird and almost dies in the Cracks of Dunes and comes back and everything gets alright. Also, The Lord of the Rings shows a lot of Christian values, and they show love, they show compassion, they show humility, and a lot of parts, because like Frodo and Sam chooses not to kill Gollum, for example, because they have mercy on him. And the idea of Tolkien to put the hobbits as the main characters and the ones who are gonna save everything, because they are all small and kind of left off in the Middle Earth. And of course, the One Ring, which is a great metaphor for like the power of God. And there's like people who wants to leave it as it is and leave it to God, like the elves. They want to destroy him and the Fellowship of the Ring. But there are also like the orcs who want to take the power and do it for himself. Just like Boromir when he tries to steal it from Frodo and then give it to his father from Gondor. And there's a lot of doubts about Gandalf and the little ones. I mean, even Gandalf doubts himself, saying that it was a suicide mission and Frodo probably wouldn't get back alive. Even Tolkien said that who changes the world is the weak and the unknown, which is also said in the Bible. So the whole saga is about a battle between the light and the darkness and the good and the evil. It's all about hope in the end, hoping that Frodo will get rid of the ring once and for all to stop finally Sauron. And to finish the video, I'm gonna talk a little about my experience with Lord of the Rings and of what is a good story to be told. I agree with Father Paulo Ricardo when he says that a good story has to get you to the hell and back. And Lord of the Rings does that a lot of times. I mean, there's more than 10 hours of movie, but it still keeps your attention. I would make more movies or less time because it's kind of exhausting watching them. Although it's really, really good, I'm going to read the books probably. I mean, of course, it's a great saga. I mean, it has done a lot of success worldwide. It has won a lot of Oscars. It has won a lot of nominations for a lot of awards. And there's great special effects. So there's not much for us to do besides agree that it's a really good movie. I want to say thank you to Tolkien because he has spent a lot of time on it. I mean, he created an idiom. Of course, he was a philologist, but he created a whole language to the elves and a whole universe and orcs and elves, and everything has so much details. The whole universe, it's really confusing because it's really extensive. So I really liked it. I hope you all enjoyed too. And I think that was it. Thank you.